Okay, let's jump right into this. Welcome to today's Explainer. We're diving headfirst into a sweeping, ancient spiritual cosmology today, and honestly, it is fascinating. This framework literally tries to answer the absolute biggest questions of our existence. It's a massive narrative that encompasses the entire universe, tackling the mysteries of where we came from and where we're ultimately going, and it does it all in a deeply poetic way.
According to this philosophy, I want you to just picture this for a second. When there was literally no sky, no planets, no sun, no moon, and time wasn't even a thing yet, what actually existed? The source material asks us to imagine this pre-creation void. But, and this is key, it wasn't just some empty nothingness. Instead, it was a state where only the supreme power existed in an incomprehensible state of profound peace. No shape, no direction, just an ultimate reality that is honestly kind of tough for our ordinary minds to even wrap around.
So, to unpack this, we're going to follow what is quite literally the ultimate hero's journey for the soul, mapped out into 5 distinct acts. We've got the ocean of light, the play of life, the ladder of lifetimes, the guide's role, and finally, the journey back home. Let's start right at the beginning. Act 1, the ocean of light, pre-creation.
Check out this massive contrast. The source refers to the ultimate creator as the ocean of light, or Nur Kasagar. Picture a creator who is entirely awake, just bursting with infinite light and boundless love. But then, you have the souls. The text says we were originally just tiny drops of this exact same ocean, but we were completely knocked out, fast asleep. Just these totally unaware drops resting peacefully, without a clue about the brilliant source we were actually a part of. We were just waiting for a purpose. But, as you'd probably guess, that perfect, quiet state doesn't last forever.
Which brings us to Act 2. The play of life, the grand illusion.
The story kicks into high gear when the creator decides to break the absolute silence. Boom! A massive wave of light and sound creates the entire physical universe. Mountains, oceans, stars, the whole shebang. But what's a universe without someone to actually experience it, right? This text brilliantly describes zindagi, or life, not as biology, but as a literal, elaborate stage play. The creator becomes the director, and those sleeping soul drops, they wake up to become the actors. And here's the crazy part. The source explains our physical bodies are just temporary costumes. You play your role, you take off the costume, but the eternal, shining soul underneath doesn't change at all.
But wait, there's a really fascinating twist in the source text. When it was time to actually walk onto the stage, some of those tiny souls were, well, they were hesitant. Like really hesitant. They absolutely did not want to leave the peace of their home ocean. So the creator places this divine seal on those reluctant souls. It's basically an unbreakable cosmic promise, a firm guarantee that one day the director will personally call them back to their true home. This specific promise is the entire foundation of the soul's journey back. But before they can return, they have to navigate a pretty wild maze.
That leads us right into Act 3, Ladder of Lifetimes, the cycle of reincarnation.
So the tricky thing about this grand play is that it's designed to feel incredibly real. The souls completely lose themselves in their roles. They forget they're just actors, and they get stuck in this endless loop of constantly swapping costumes. This spiritual framework maps it out as a highly structured ladder. At the very bottom, step 1, you've got plants, no active thought. Then step 2, insects and fish. Step 3 brings birds, and step 4 is animals. They have brains but lack real self-awareness. Finally, right at the peak, step 5, is the human form. And the text makes a massive point here. The human costume is at the top because it's the only one with the capacity to wake up and realize, hey, I'm actually a divine drop of light.
The big takeaway here is absolutely crucial. It's a profound message of empathy, one divine family. Whether you're looking at a tree, a bird, a tiger, or the person sitting next to you, every single physical costume hides a drop of that exact same ocean of light. The source says recognizing this shared origin should naturally trigger a deep, universal compassion for literally all living things.
But here's the catch. The stage play is so totally engrossing that the souls forget all of this. They get entirely swallowed up in the illusion, completely convinced the play is the ultimate reality. Which begs a pretty unsettling question. If every single actor has forgotten who they really are, how does a lost soul ever find the secret door out of the play?
That brings us to Act 4, the guide's role, the awakening.
According to the text, the lost actors literally can't find the exit on their own. They need a cosmic mentor. Enter the Sadguru. Now, the source is super clear. This isn't just an ordinary, wise human. A Sadhguru is a fully conscious wave of that original ocean of light that voluntarily puts on a human costume to enter the stage. Their one and only mission, to track down those specific souls bearing that divine seal from the very beginning, and remind them of the director's promise to bring them home.
So, how does a soul know it's actually being called? The source outlines this deeply internal process called the awakening. The creator triggers symptoms inside the marked soul. Think about it. Have you ever felt this deep, totally unexplainable loneliness, even when you're in a crowded room? Or a profound emptiness, like something huge is just missing? The text says actually that's not just ordinary sadness, it's a divine inner call. It's basically a spiritual green light telling the soul the illusion is breaking and it's time to head for the exit. And once that soul is awake,
we reach Act 5, Journey Back Home, The Return.
Now, the guide doesn't just hand over some nice philosophy. They teach a highly practical, step-by-step method to actually detach from the physical illusion. It's a specific meditation designed to crack open that hidden secret door. Step 1, close your outer eyes to shut out the stage play. Step 2, sit in perfect, absolute stillness. Step 3, focus entirely inward, doing so with a deep sense of love. And Step 4, listen for the inner sound, what the text calls the shabd, and seek the inner glowing light. This is literally the mechanism that unplugs the soul from the deception.
by shifting focus inward like this, something incredible happens. The journey back to the ocean doesn't mean flying up into the physical sky. Instead, you're traveling through the inner cosmos. Guided by that light and sound, the soul travels through entirely new, hidden, starry realms that exist completely inside oneself. In this cosmology, salvation is, quite literally, an inside job.
When you map this out, just look at the staggering, dizzying scale of this journey. At year 0, it's nothing but absolute divine peace in the void. Year 1, boom, the cosmic play bursts into existence. Then you have millions, literally millions of years stuck in the endless loop of changing costumes in reincarnation. Until finally, you hit that single, pivotal lifetime, the awakening, where the guide is found, and that opens the door to eternity, the soul's permanent return to the eternal peace of the ocean of light.
To wrap up our explainer today, we want to leave you with a deeply reflective thought straight from this ancient framework. If this entire existence is indeed a grand temporary stage play, what temporary costume are you wearing right now? And honestly, more importantly, if the director is finally calling you home, are you ready to hear the cue? It really forces us to look at our everyday existence in a totally new light, doesn't it? Thanks for exploring this incredible cosmic journey with us.